You should know that I'm greedy. Oh, I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. Something like me and I she give me steady on a collar. Let's go to baby, we can call her together. Oh, she a bad girl. She keep me steady cause she know I'm a bad boy. Good girl than bad. Baby, you're a good girl than bad. Baby, you're a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I'm greedy. I'm greedy.
Much peace and love, family. Welcome to the Rhythm Scoop Show right here on the Blackwood Fan Network Media for the 21st century, being on yet another wonderful Monday, where we are trying to extend the weekend mood right here onto a wonderful Monday, where we do have the sounds to cancel out your Monday blues. My name is Spikes, alongside my co-host Joby and Kate.
Yes, sir. Karibuni sana to the Rhythm Scoop Show, and of course we hope you are doing great this wonderful Monday, and we're hoping that you had a fantastic weekend as well. Even the 16th of August, we hope that you are vibrating as you get to vibrate this positive vibe all the way from the 254 all the way to wherever you are streaming in from. Remember, we are on our social medias, live and interactive, on Facebook at the Block of Fire Network Radio Station, on Twitter at the Block of Fire Network, and of course also on Instagram at the Block of Fire Network. You can also call us in SMS at the +254 4027330 as you tell us how was your weekend. I was hoping my voice would be fine actually by today, but the weather in Qatar, it has refused. But my name is Joby, and we hope that you'll enjoy the show because we have an amazing program lined up for you. I have Kate besides me, and she'll introduce herself as she tells us how was our weekend as well.
Yeah, karibuni sana to our show today. Yeah, my name is Kate, and my weekend was fantastic. I hope your weekend was fantastic as well. I didn't get to go out for the weekend, but at least I had fun. I had my
You are
friends
eating tomato. She was eating tomato. Kate was texting me telling me she's eating tomatoes. Tomatoes. Who eats tomato? Raw tomatoes.
Tomatoes are fruits.
Really?
Where?
Veggies. Vegetables, we're calling them fruits.
See, they are fruits.
She's crazy. But anyway, we have an amazing show lined up for you. And of course, our DJ is also here to give us some entertainment. Maybe he's going to be telling us what he has for us as well, or rather how he spent his weekend.
We had a wonderful weekend as well. And of course, I hope everyone else did too. I was just trying to get a call out from Keith. Keith, can you hear me? I'm not sure whether Keith can get to hear me, but let me see. Let me get these in a second before we continue. Hi Keith, you are live on the show. I don't know if you can hear me. On the Rhythm Scoop, we are on the Rhythm Scoop show.
What channel are you on?
On Keith Newsome Live.
Okay, what about them showing up? Okay, you're live, okay? I thought you had to
Hi, Keith.
Hey, Joe, your voice sounds bad, Joe. You were raspy your voice, but your voice didn't sound bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I think it's better than last week.
Yeah.
I agree, it's better than last week as well.
Yeah. Exactly. She was sick last week, so of course. But hey, I gotta commend you. I always commend you. She still comes up there. Can't be perfectly healthy and was never work. So
Yeah, you would be
I got Debbie a
you would be looking for her, but she wouldn't be found. But yes, Joby is with us here, and we also do have our kids.
Hey, how you doing, Jay? How was everybody's weekend?
It was fine. We can't complain.
Okay.
Yeah, we hope that you have had a wonderful one too. I know that you had a show last night, and I think you actually finished late.
Yeah, I did the show on the network. Cause I didn't do one Saturday when I got home. I got home from Tennessee to like Saturday around 10 o'clock, and I had to leave out again yesterday morning and be over here in Daytona Beach this morning. So that's why I'm at now, Daytona Beach, Florida.
Oh, okay.
There's a hurricane out there, and there was a hurricane out there in the Gulf of Mexico. So shit, headed towards Pensacola. So hopefully my house will be alright when I get back.
You better be safe. I don't know if you heard about what did happen in Haiti. About 700 people have lost their lives in Haiti because of
the earthquake. I talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it. You understand? Let me go back on the show phone, Spikes.
Oh.
I can talk about it to you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Let me end this. Yeah, but yes, family, we are discussing about what has been happening over the weekend, and we do understand that the people of Haiti have had a rough weekend because of the recent incident that did take place with the hurricane. And of course, the report is that about 700 people have lost their lives in Haiti, which is really, really unfortunate. It is in the rural southwest part of Haiti. And this is a place where it's very, very vulnerable and susceptible to these kinds of occurrences. But even about 10 years ago, I believe that was in 2011, there was also another kind of earthquake that did take place in that particular country. And so it's understood that in some cases, natural phenomena like this, there should be more preparedness by the government to allow.
It's not a natural phenomenon, Spikes.
Yeah.
They have control of the heart. You understand? Haiti was one of the only African countries that beat Western power. So it's always constantly, as black people always rather forgive. White people don't forgive. And they never stop warring on you. So but it's always earthquakes, and now you're gonna get earthquakes or something happened in Haiti over and over and over and over and over again. These are not acts of nature, these are acts of crackers.
And I understand in 2011 there was also the other one, the disaster that cost about 200,000 people's lives. Yeah.
Remember what they started doing? They started doing what? When we told you they started abducting black children. They started molesting black kids, killing them and stealing their organs, organ harvesting. So go back to that, Spike, go back to that interview, say 2010 interview with the Haitian president talking about they've already started these crackers coming here, organ harvesting black children, or harvesting their organs and molesting them.
I understand that there were choppers and planes sent in, and they were sent in the guise of humanitarian assistance. That was these guys.
Yeah.
These guys of humanitarian assistance, and they were saying that they had sent. I think
it was mostly Israelis on the ground, stealing black children, stealing the African organs. And also sex trafficking. Same thing we found out when you seen that play in Chad of all the African children being shipped back to France for organ harvesting and sex trafficking. And no one knows Spike where all these children of black kids in this airplane. No one knew Spike. The pilots didn't know. The people that was on the plane, what all these black kids doing on this plane, Spike?
They were being taken to France, and they were never to return again. They were not even going to be adopted.
No, they were going to be sacrificed.
Yeah,
they were going to be murdered. Their organs are harvested. They were going to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
These African children being sacrificed to which we call the real rulers that run this planet. You know, black people got no clue about how the world actually works. So when you see all these black children just being abducted, and then they found all these kids, like, I don't know, at least 1,000 kids on that plane, or 500 children, just put on the plane, and no one knew. No one knew, Spikes. Hey, where you get these kids from? We don't know nothing about no kids. You flying them out the country? Where did you get these kids?
And also the pilot was saying he had no idea what was in the plane. So he just was surprised as everyone else when he discovered that there were kids, and they were crying and yelling the whole time. They were crying.
Oh my God! They're children right here. I had no idea, Spike. I had no idea there were a plane full of black children.
But of course, the one that did take place in 2010 was about 7.0 earthquake, 7.0 in terms of how strong it was in magnitude. And right now, I do not know about the exact magnitude of these ones. So 7.2.
It's called hard fight. You have a hard technology where they are now manipulating the weather. They won't. And now they shoot it with their no good buddies, the air. Like when you go to Dubai. Dubai can make it rain in Dubai now because of the technology that they were given to them by white people. Which the African can do naturally. Most of the can't. What can I tell you? You were practicing witchcraft and you were wicked or all this other idiotic nonsense that you're now a moron. So you can do this naturally. Africans can make it rain naturally by raising their vibrational rate and being one with the universe, and they make it rain. So the Europeans know how to do this through technical things. He can change the weather, and also he can cause earthquakes to happen. Hard technology. It's no accident that Haiti keeps having earthquakes. People keep dying.
Also, Mozambique.
They're the ones who kicked the white people out. They're the ones who went back to their culture and said, hey, we can't be worshiping white people. We got to go back to being Africans. But as soon as they won, they killed Dessalines, and they brought back white people, they brought back that Christianity. Go ahead, Spike.
Mozambique did also experience a cyclone last year, but one. I think last year, but
not just one. It was two or three, Spike, and that's not a natural area for hurricanes. That's not a natural area. We have hurricanes in Mozambique. That's because he had oil and other riches that they found that crackers want to steal. That's why you got terrorists now in Mozambique. Why these terrorists don't have COVID-19? Why they don't have masks on? And they're not social distancing? Why they're stealing all this shit out of Africa?
And talking about the terrorists and the COVID-19 in Afghanistan is the same thing going right now. That's
what we're talking about. Afghanistan. Like, what about the Taliban? How the Taliban run on to Afghanistan now without no masks and not social distancing and chopping off people's heads and shooting people in the head? Where are the masks and the social distancing, damn it?
No one cares. No one cares about the damn pandemic because they know it doesn't exist. But right now they say that the palace was taken over, and also the president ran away. So what is now left of it is how
they put on the country. Ain't that nice? America does another debacle. There's a debacle going in. So they only there to steal the poppy seeds, the poppy fields, the heroin, because that's how America, the CIA, controls drug money around the world. So they go in, they don't give a fuck about no Afghanis. All they care about is the minerals, because Afghanistan is full of gold and silver and copper. And so that's why the Chinese are now saying, yeah, we're going to accept the Taliban
Yes.
These terrorist bastards.
Yeah, I understand the
We're gonna
Chinese are
accept
also
them.
trying to step up and have a talk with the Taliban. I think they want to place themselves on that global stage in terms of dealing. You know,
Of course.
themselves at the top there. Now they will say now.
Of course.
The USA has failed, but now the
It's the most repressive. It's one of the most repressive, fucked up, backward ass countries. That's that Muslim when they talk about women shouldn't be educated. Women should stay in the house and told to sit down and shut the fuck up. It's one of the most. Hey, it's that goopy religion. It's that nonsense of religion.
True.
So that's what happens when Go ahead, Spike.
No, I was saying, I was just listening to a TV interview, and I was hearing one of the people. I think she was the education minister in Afghanistan in the former government in the government that was just thrown out yesterday, and she was saying she's scared for her life. She's just in the house. She doesn't know when they will come knocking.
It should be.
They will take her out. Then they will take her out and go execute her because they don't believe in the women being empowered.
They will.
They also don't believe in the women.
They don't not just being empowered.
Yeah.
They don't believe women being able to do shit. It's a backward Islam shit. They don't believe it. Not just empowered, right?
Yeah.
The woman's not supposed to open her goddamn mouth.
She's supposed
She's
to.
supposed to be covered up.
Yeah.
She say anything, they can kill her in public.
Yeah.
She never says anything back to a man anyway, anyhow.
Yeah.
She's have to be murdered in public.
Yeah.
And no one will stop it. It is the most. But see, every time spiritually, you understand that you gave these animals a religion to try to make them what? Humans.
Yeah.
And like I was saying yesterday on the show, the only human being you got on the planet are Africans.
Yeah.
These other people are created animals. They're hybrids. They're hybrid animals.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, so we talked about the hair thing right last time on the show, because everybody wanted me to go back. I'm going to start redoing all them damn videos of how this cracker is created, how the Arab is created, how these people are not even human beings. And it was the African that created these motherfuckers. And so you're talking about, when we're talking about the hair thing, good hair, bad hair. I said, you Negroes, I know you grew up saying that black people's hair was bad hair and white people's hair was good hair. You had no idea that shit was animal fur.
The people
You had no fucking idea that they don't have hair, it's fur.
The women, especially also that are kinky hair, is tough. It's even really hard to style it.
Oh, you're bad, you're this.
And then the more it's repeated, the more black, especially black women now want to buy this other hair for the synthetic hair from Asians, or buy the synthetic hair from all these different places.
And they haven't thought about this. See, this is how deep it goes, right?
Yeah.
They heard, especially when they buy that human hair, they don't know who fucking had it. They don't know their damn hygiene. They don't know what kind of bugs and lights are in that shit. And they don't know the vibration of the person. That's a person with a lower vibration, because it's not a human being, right? So you put on somebody with a lower vibrational pattern than you, and you're sticking that shit on your head.
And I also bet it.
They don't understand the ramifications of this shit. Go ahead, Spike.
It also smells a lot, not going to be.
Keith, you did mention something to do like, Africans being, having the humanity, the heart of humanity. But somehow I think Africans are losing the heart of humanity, personally.
Oh.
I think Africans are losing the heart of humanity, because if you look at the matters of hatred,
Now you're talking about the self-hatred.
and how Africans are really hating each other and killing each other outside there.
I don't think they lost humanity. I don't think they lost humanity. You're confusing humanity, Joey, with self-hatred. Africans live everybody else but themselves. So that's not a thing of humanity. That's the educational system of self-hate. You've been taught to hate everything African, and your history has been stolen. When you don't know who you are, Joey, your history, like I said, we've been raised in lies. And then you've been given a false God that don't even look like you, and told you everything that your ancestors did were backward when you taught the world.
But people don't want to wake up.
These are facts.
People don't want to realize everything that is going on. Actually, it's just like I did get to send a picture that I just bumped into today during lunchtime. whereby they're advertising this the Saudi Arabian jobs. And it's just yesterday they did get to mention that the Kenyan girls, they're crying out to come back to Kenya because they're being mistreated there.
But they have been told.
Yeah, because they're being abused. And Joe, you're right. I'm sorry, Spikes. Go ahead, Spikes.
No, I'm saying they are told
I apologize.
there are always news going out about the mistreatment of African women, but you still find women going. So how
No,
now
what
do
is
you
really
think
hurting me
it's
the most?
always
Because the government hasn't done them, Spikes.
Oh, what?
Because the people in Kenya who are middlemen are getting paid
Check the women
by
there.
these Arabs to have these women go work in their homes, not telling them they're going to be abused, they're going to be raped, they're going to be... The African is also growing up by... He doesn't know the rest of the world doesn't like him.
Now,
They don't know that.
tell me if that is really humanity, whereby you can see your fellow people are really dying in a certain country, but yet you're taking money to take others there more and more. That is lack of humanity.
But again, going back to the matter of...
That's because you put in poverty, Toby, and you've been made into an animal form, because now, the system that the white man's created around the globe is an illusionary thing, because you say this money is worth something when it's not. We've all agreed to say, hey, this money is actually worth something. It's worth more than actual real minerals that are real. So we come up in a system, they've got control of it, so you just scraping to get by. So it turns into a vicious beast where you now sell out your sister to get some money, and you don't care, you don't give a damn what happens to her. You know damn well that this African girl that you're now sending to Arabia or goddamn Abu Dhabi or Dubai are going to be molested, they're going to be raped, and they're going to be persecuted. You know that.
Some of the cases have to do with that. People have become very, very materialistic. And of course, going back to hair, there's something I just seen with the hair, and it was a question: why is the hair so important in black culture? And I agree with this particular statement, which says the hair is the most elevated part of the body, and it was therefore considered as a portal for spirits to pass through to the soul, because of the cultural and the spiritual importance of the hair for Africans. The practice of having their heads involuntarily shaved before them being sold as slaves was often itself a dehumanizing act. I think it has to do with when people were being taken from Africa, and then their hair had to be cut off, and it was involuntary. They were not really allowed, they were not really asked whether their hair has to be cut. It was just done, and it was also dehumanizing, and just a way of making...
But it is exactly right, Spikes.
Yeah.
It was dehumanizing.
Yeah.
Everything they do to African people, we have not come out of it. Joey's not understanding, and Joey's smart as hell. But she's able to figure. I saw the show, and she was asleep, but I didn't catch my shit. I wish I would have thought to come in on her show. He figured it out. She's not understanding the root of this is because of European domination. Why you got so much self-hate on the kind of mind. Africans don't have unity.
But also...
When you've been told... I've seen General Mosquito try to explain to you, but you don't like what you see in the mirror. You're not going to like your brother and your sister. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Spike.
No, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Big T's. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. You're saying hi, Spikes. Hello, ladies. I hope all is well. I hope all is well for you too in Chicago, Big T's. Thank you so much for joining us on the Black Watch Network, and for your support to the network. I just also wanted to read one more thing which I have found to be, of course, doesn't make any sense, but it has been put out here for the sake of promoting the Asians. It's a question which is, which race has the strongest hair? And they are saying the Asian hair is the most dominant hair type in the world. It outspeeds the rest with a growth rate of 1.3 centimeters per month. And despite an estimated 80,000 to 140,000 scalp hairs, it usually has the least density.
The African,
so they're saying it's the strongest
African hair has strength more than any other hair.
But now they...
You got to understand, it's not hair. It's fur. It's animal fur. It's not hair.
Before you tamper with it.
So, until you get an understanding of that, you don't understand. Africans the only one that has hair, human hair. Everybody else has animal fur. That's why when you look at white people, they're so goddamn hairy. Their arms, their legs, their backs, their chest, because that's fur.
But now the thing is,
and that's the chemical makeup of it. Go ahead, Spike.
Now I was saying what was happening is that Africans were told if they do not have curly hair, especially even in schools and even in television and with magazines, with all these other tools of programming, the African women were told if it's not curly hair, then that is not pretty here. So
because you were doing a system of self-hate. When your broadcasting system in Southern Africa taught the black woman to hate herself. People that they hired, what they show. Remember when they left, all the advertising in Africa was always white people still. You didn't have changed the black people to like the last 10 to 15 years in African countries. It was white people in them billboards in Africa.
Even a few years ago, I think it was 2 years ago when we went to Rwanda, I could see still some billboards. I think I talked about it on the back then.
Yeah, you did talk about it. That white people in the billboard.
People on the babies, they advertising like diapers and other things to the white babies. And therefore that
you wonder why your mind's fucked up.
That continues with the programming of the people, even with the billboards, the adverts, the posters, the flyers that have been put out in the streets. You will find them being with these crackers, and therefore, people now think.
So you understand when you're a child, the mind, what you watch as a child, it doesn't do what your parents tell you. What the child sees goes straight to the subconscious, and so the subconscious now developing the child. That's why it's always cognitive that a parent must always be concerned with his child intakes, what he sees. Because it goes to the subconscious. I don't give a fuck what you teach them. If they constantly see white people being admired, constantly white people put on pedestals, that's what the child's going to believe.
And that is.
And you destroy the child. And then you go to some church and worship this cracker. Oh man, you look really fucked up now because you're down worshiping this no good beast.
I hope that they have been able to change those billboards because it was near the main one of the bus stations. That is where you would see all the billboards around that particular place. And advertising either.
You gotta change that.
I think it was either baby oil or maybe it was diapers. I can't really remember what that.
It was nice.
Yeah.
If you go to Switzerland, all my country, you're not gonna see a bunch of black people.
They will protest it. They will protest it the first day it's put up there. They will protest it more than they are protesting the restrictions.
You're not gonna go to China. You're not going to China to see a bunch of black people as advertisements in China sites.
That's what I'm saying. They will protest it more than they are protesting these restrictions. They will protest it the next day. They will
tear the shit down.
They will be out there in the streets with the placards. Yeah, talking about what has to be changed in their country. But yes, I think
they don't get that changed, like they would tear it down themselves. It was a tear this shit down. Look at this shit you doing to our minds. Tear it down. It will even protest like they be torn down.
They will not allow themselves to be programmed even for a second with those images. But let's talking about the matter of
only African will go around this country and see white people on billboards and think that's nothing unusual. Oh, look at the white people advertising shit to me. This is completely normal.
It's a creation of the mind. People have not seen it being unusual. But I was
this is not corrupting my mind and my children's mind. This is just completely normal. I'm supposed to be subjugated. Put on the bottom, even in Africa.
I don't think no one really took a complaint with that. But I was saying, going back to the matter of Haiti, I do hope that the people of Haiti do get some help because right now I do understand the whole small villages. I think these are small villages.
No, they're not gonna give me help. I think let's not talk about how the world really works. Like let's stop living in fantasy. I hope the patient gets help. No. They destroyed Haiti. They gonna keep on destroying it because Haiti got free of the cracker. Haiti said we gotta go back to African traditions. We gotta fight this beast. He's wicked as shit. Who told the truth, and then Haiti had the audacity to say every African nation in the Caribbean, we will help you get free of this wicked ass beast.
I see.
You must go back to African tradition. You must give them back their white Jesus. You must give them back their white Allah. You must become African again. And that's why the damn thing to destroy Haiti has always been that way. Because the Haitians became African and destroyed the British Army, destroyed the French Army, destroyed the Spanish Army, destroyed the Portuguese Army. They destroyed every Western army that came against them.
You're also telling us about
and then when they got free, the mulatto class said, no, we want to go back to the white man and we want to worship white Jesus. And they killed Dessalines in the streets.
And
So go back to this cracker.
they dismembered his body. They had him, killed and chopped into pieces, which is very, very sad.
They chopped him up and showed a prince. Listen, white daddy, we want to come back and be impressed by you, white daddy. Please, we didn't kill this nigga. We chopped him up, and look at we dragged his body through the streets. Look at what we did. And please bring back the Catholic Church and bring back white Jesus. We're not going to do it no more. You know why people said, you motherfucking niggas are going to pay reparations to us. And you know they paid in spite.
Yeah,
they blame white people for enslaving them spite.
The French was taking that big buck. The French was taking the money, and they were being paid for discontinuing with the slavery. But I think big cheese, you say now they are forcing Jamaica to fly the alphabet flag spikes. What do you think about that? If Jamaican people perhaps might not be, they're trying to make sure that they want the numbers are to reduce, because
that's a no-no in Jamaica.
If they go
African culture,
LGBTQ nonsense and make people fags there and make the women arrest lesbians, it means that when you're going back, a couple of years later, you'll not find anyone. You find the population having a decline because they know that is a tool. This is the LGBTQ.
And you find the whole population messed up.
Yeah, this is a tool that will.
That's why they put it in Africa. That's why they go on the African countries in the Caribbean. Jamaica, that's a no-no. Jamaica, because that's an African country. Those people brought from Africa to Jamaica. So I don't get caught up with the Jamaican shit. Those are African people. Took off the continent. That's a no-no. Them motherfuckers will kill you. So now they're introducing that shit. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because it's supposed to be normal for another woman to lick on another woman and another man to fucking another man in the ass. Hey, what? That's not normal. It goes against the universal God. But then white Jesus supports that shit now. Ain't it funny? Yeah, these dumbass preachers, because they get money from the cracker, they'll be all in Africa. It's okay for another man to put another man's dick in another man's mouth. That's not abnormal at all. It's normal.
They are using those
civil,
quote-unquote civil groups. I have had in Mombasa, in Kenya, where there is a preacher who has been saying, no, the LGBTQW should not be stigmatized. They should not be discriminated. But he wants to get that money from these Europeans because they work like NGOs. They work like
exactly. NGOs are all created by the Rockefeller, Rothschild. This thing will add the global order. So they're out there to push this dysfunction through Africa and through all these white people being in. I am gonna send you guys to South Africa when it's safe. South Africa will fuck your mind up. They'll destroy South African, that part of Africa. There's so many faggots running around there on TV. You think when you look at South African TV, a commercial, you think you're looking at a porn site. You're like, is this commercial TV? And that's my mind. I'm like, oh my God, what am I looking at? Like, help me. Please, my Jesus, please come help me.
They say if white people are okay with it, then we are okay with it. Plus, even with the programming that we were talking about, the soft programming, you find that the adverts are there, being the white kids and everyone else white on the billboards because they are the white, they are the minority there, but they have the power to put up
I'm alive. Check it out. I'm alive. When I say you, Jeremy Kate there, right? Until we get propositioned by a white woman, hey black lady, I really like you. Can I touch you on your breast and kiss you and hold you?
That is what they did to the sister. Her name was what was the name of it?
That was dope. That was dope Sumatra. Remember, that was dope. I told her, I said, she did, I told from Los Angeles, I said, sister, the homosexuality in South Africa is crazy. They're going to come after you. I got to see myself. I don't know. I said, I'm letting you know. They're gonna violate your space. And so she went there to that festival. She said, Keith, I had to punch a woman in the face, trying to touch all women. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, she should have knocked her teeth off. I think there was at a concert, an Afro music concert or something like that. That is what she was saying. And
Yeah,
then one of
it
our
was.
women thought that she was cool. I think that is what they are used to. They are used to touching these women in South Africa, so she met the wrong one. She actually
Yes, because yes, I told you that. Like they destroyed the African culture, African mind is destroyed. So imagine, I got Joey Kate down there, some ladies covered them, trying to touch all of them. You know, they're not used to that. That's just Joey damn face.
That is a kind of a crazy.
Joey don't spoken, those ain't you better stop this shit.
Those Sumatra knocked her out. Those Sumatra doesn't play games.
Yeah, she did. She knocked out.
She knocked
I'll make
her
you pass out.
I think she left the concert. I think that is what happened thereafter. But nonetheless, family.
Yeah, she said she left because she was scared about going to jail. Said she knocked the lady out.
That was the best thing for her to just get out of the situation real quick. But nonetheless, I just wanted to touch on what is happening with the matter of South Africa now that we brought it up. Right now, the case is still ongoing for Jacob Zuma. They are saying that he is still, now they have come up with a case of a medical report. They are saying he's not doing very, very well health-wise. And that is why they are giving him, they are lenient because he is at the hospital. That is why he is taking some of these video conferencing calls from.
Personally, you did hear me saying that if you've watched on the movies, if you've done a crime, you do a crime, then they say you have to go to the hospital, then they have to do a surgery for you. Then Zuma has money, right? And maybe he doesn't want to face the 15 months that he has to be in jail.
So he wants sympathy.
Yeah,
he
wants sympathy, or maybe they may claim that he has undergone the surgery and maybe he has passed out or something, disappear. I don't know, but personally I think that is the actual
They said that his health is not very well. Then maybe
they're trying to figure a way to get him out of that state and for him not to go to jail. That is what they are doing.
So we will actually just keep our eyes on that and see how it goes. The president, of course, Cyril Ramaphosa, did appear before the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture and Corruption, which of course was presided over by Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. And of course, the president went on praising this particular commission because of its transparency at the end of the day in South Africa. So they might try get.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. Go on.
That's a pretty conservative guy, right? Conservative, and you look at like that. So imagine I send him to South Africa, and one of these South African guys come in and start killing on the site.
I'll also, knock his tooth out as well, just like a sister does in and then I'll be out of there real quick, because that is what they're trying to do. They want to normalize it. They want to normalize it. There's some background. They want to normalize it at the end of the day and make it the day-to-day, or make it the normal in South Africa. And they have also tried and do the same in the other South African countries. We do have Botswana, we do have Namibia, we do have, I think, Lesotho. They're trying to do that in those few South African countries. And now, put it because in those other countries, you also find a very, very big population of the white people in them. And of course, the white people will tell you this is our Westernization. This is civilization. This is all these other nonsense. They will try and make sell this LGBTQ culture as a thing, and some people in South Africa have fallen for it. But I always do say, even in nature itself, you will not find it in nature. You will not find, you will not find animals.
You're not gonna find a male lion hopping on another male lion.
It will not be happening even in nature. But for them, they will also use, religion, because in religion they have also, using Christianity, they have also, diminished the place of a woman. They will not tell you about the woman. They tell you about the three, the Father and the Son, and also they tell you about a spirit, but they will not try to put up a woman on that as well, so that they could,
they destroyed exactly right. They destroyed the place. Exactly right. They destroyed the place of the woman and the African woman. Well. You cannot have relationship without a woman. I've never seen a man create a baby. If he's doing a big egg of creation. So all these animals are taking a woman out of the creation story. Because you're dealing with animals. So they created a religion based on animalistic tendencies. That has nothing to do with the art, nothing to do with creation. So you got African women in there praying to a white man. It's fucking absolutely crazy.
Especially right now.
And they support this homosexuality.
I'm saying they are mixing up everything. You will find the swelling at an all-time high. You'll also find these LGBTQ are also at an all-time high, and all these are pushed by these foreign West. They say it's selling Western culture.
But they need the black woman, right? They need the black woman.
Yeah.
Since the black woman's genetics are the best, they need to swarm a black woman so they can still procreate. White woman is barren. She's dying out. The real God is killing them all off. That's why they're doing what they're doing to us now globally. So the real all is starting to kill these people off, the Asians, the Europeans, and the East. They're being slowly, I don't want to say murdered, but they're slowly not being allowed to reproduce themselves. Only the black woman is reproducing. So I need to get to the genetics of the black woman so I can at least make a mulatto class of people.
Or extend their time, yeah.
Because I need the black woman.
Yeah, just buy more time or extending their stay. The length of time that they can be around this particular planet. But
and the black woman doesn't know that the black woman has been told she's not fashion on the bottom. Black woman doesn't know that she is actually on top, but she's the closest thing to God. She has the best genetics. She doesn't even know that no more. Like she put on fucked up wigs. She's skin bleaching. The black woman doesn't even know this.
She is a prize, but they told her that the prize is a white man. So the black woman is a prize.
Exactly.
They told her that the prize is a black man.
They don't know that the black woman doesn't know she's the most inferior on the planet genetically. These are facts. She doesn't know she's the closest thing to the real God, the all. These are facts. She'll look at you and say, no, this white man's my God, and I'm worshiping this white man.
So everything, everything has been turned upside down, and if you see a black woman walking along with a white man, maybe around Mombasa, you will think that that is an upgrade. You know, the woman has hit the top.
You should never let. I told you that's what you see when you're on Zanzibar. Because you've been put in poverty. You would never, ever, ever, in ancient times, ever seen an African woman with a dirty cracker, ever. Ancient times,
I think
when these white people were impoverished and fucked up, you would never see a black woman with a white man. It'd be disrespectful to what?
I think
so you were saying
with the pale skin, I think with the pale skin they were considered as having leprosy. I think that was the kind of that's what it was
called, Spike. It wasn't the leprosy was white skin, it was a match. You get like that's what I taught you, exactly. That's what they called them lepers, because white skin was unnatural. Leprosy is not a disease, that was being white. So black people tried to bring them into the fold. But we were still ruling, but they seen that white people were what? Devious, liars, and warmongers. So what they did, they said, listen, we can't have these white people around us. We tried to teach them, we tried to educate them, they're vicious and fucked up. So they expelled them out of that part of Africa and put them into Europe. That's where the term Europa is an African queen. Pull that name up, Spice. Europa. That's where the name Europe came from. Even the very name European is African. Europa was an African queen. Europa. That's an African queen. You don't even know that. Africans don't even know that the term Europe comes from Africa. Europa is an African queen. So they took them and put their ass in Europe and said, listen, we can't teach this beast. It's too wicked. It's too fucked up. So they broke their ass up in Europa. It became Europe.
They say Europa in Greek mythology was the princess, was a Phoenician princess. They say
African, Phoenicians, Africans, like African princess, African queen, princess, queen, whatever. African queens, African. Phoenicians were Africans, folks. That's where you get Hannibal later on. African. It's African queen. So all these terms that the African doesn't even know. Oh, I love Europeans. Well, dummy, European means African queen or African princess. You don't even know this anymore because you've been made completely moronic by colonization.
And you're also saying that California also comes from a black princess as well, a black queen.
Comes from Queen Cali, Queen Calipia, who ruled California and all the parts of Hawaii. The African ruled the world.
So the
he can't rule it now because he's an idiot.
They were like Dr. Mombi.
Africans rule the world.
They were like it's unfortunately the were like Dr. Mombi keeps on saying is feminine, but they are going out to teach all the black women to hate a black man. Yes, they will have that particular kind of
that was feminism.
Divide.
Systems so they would stay in control of the planet. The Moors taught them all this shit.
Yeah.
But the Moors taught them real science, taught them what was real, how the universe works, universal law. That's why they gotta tell you in their movies the shit they're gonna do. Why they put the Georgia Guidestones up, they talking about killing people off the planet. That was given to my ace. Listen, if you don't want the repercussions of karma or cause and effect, was what he called, you must tell people what you're gonna do to them before you do it. Now, if they're too stupid and all that you told them, that relinquishes you as a responsibility. Because you already told them. It's not your fault that people are stupid.
But I'm saying
that's their fault they're stupid.
I agree with you when they tell you and then they do it, they have removed, they have washed the blood from their hands. But also saying that if they do not take many people with this whole pandemic thing that is going now, they will also now try institute or put in place those weather changing techniques like they have done, like you were saying earlier with the hub. So if they do not get people on board with this whole pandemic jab, they will also find ways of tampering with nature to make sure they get the numbers right.
Spiritual, I tried. I told you an interdimensional spiritual war. And I told you the person that runs this planet is black. It's interdimensional being. Somehow, as an African, I don't like to call us even Africans, we're interdimensional universal beings. Somehow we were on the opposite side of that war. We lost. So we fell in vibration. I can try to explain it. That's the reason why they create all these fucking hybrids. This cracker, this Asian, who are not natural to the universe. Anything white is death. The true color universe is black. The all is black. And it's majority female. Because the universe is a birthing chamber. It's an egg. So that's why African men venerated African women. Through all culture and society, they knew that the African woman was the closest thing to the all. They knew that.
And then
because the universe is a birthing chamber. Go ahead, Spike.
No, I'm just saying after people started descending, that is when they lost a place for their women. That is all you'll find as some of these patriarchal communities.
Well, yeah, they start. When they're going to sleep too, though. But they also know the universe has a clock. And different ages have different frequencies, different rhythms. Now we're going into the age of Aquarius. This is the God clock, which is real. Everybody African taught everybody this shit. So now the rhythms, the energy on the planet is changing, but you get more light coming back on the planet. Light is God. Light is information. Light is energy. That's why white people try to blot out the sun, temperature of the skies, so they try to stop the energy of God getting back to the planet and start to wake up this African. They told you the youth that are being born of these African wombs are going to be the coming back ancestors. Joey's the coming back ancestor. Got to understand the science. They're not going to hear from their grandmothers and their great-grandmothers. Oh, listen, get out of here with that dumb shit. Those children coming back are going to know that's a lie. Because the vibrational level is changing. They're going to know truth coming back in as a child.
So,
and they're going to act accordingly. They're not going to be fearful white people. They don't want to hear no nonsense from their parents. They're not going to accept it. As I told you, there's going to be a revolution in Africa. You can't stop what's coming.
But I think when you
these children coming back are going to know.
No, I'm saying I think when you're talking about the blocking of the sun, they are almost getting very, very close to that, because I think there was a project that was started by Harvard University in 2018. So by now, this is 3 years down the line. They probably have some what can I call it? Some prototypes of how they can try. They're
already doing it now, Spike. You ever notice? They're already doing it now. They've been doing it. They're already doing it now. It's all over the place. How they're reflecting the light back from the earth, back up to the universe, Because I told you, they're unnatural.
Yeah.
And they're trying to block the sun. There's no such thing as global warming. You can listen to that dumb shit these guys out, but no such thing as global warming. The world goes through ages of heat and freeze, hot and cold. So now you're going through the age of Aquarius. So it's going to be a heat up for the planet because you're going to get more energy, more light. So more energy means more light. Your DNA code is light. That's why they were trying to put this wicked vaccine out there to destroy your light code, your RNA. You are light. Your body's illusion. I'm looking at Kate with her hat on and Joey sitting right there with a green dress. That's an illusion. Inside it, you are light.
It's a hologram.
Light.
Are you saying it's a hologram?
Yes, you're in the hologram. Exactly. The holographic universe. Look it up. It's a hologram. You are light. You are a spirit having a human experience. You are timeless and infinite. You knew that. You are timeless and infinite. You knew that. Now you've been told, good religion, you believe in death and hell and fear.
Especially,
Lord, your vibration.
especially when they put hell in that equation, they make people fearful. But I also want to talk about what has happened in Zambia, and I'm not sure whether it will actually change anything.
Oh, you're talking about Zambia? Yeah, Zambia, how did this guy win the elections? By the way, we know all elections in Africa are rigged. I'm trying to say who decided those, because we know what's his name was backed by the Asians. Is this new guy probably backed by the Europeans?
He probably. I'm also here to understand. I'm also here to understand. But this is the opposition leader. He goes by the name of Hikilema, and he has been declared the winner of the presidential election in Zambia that did take place on the 12th of this month, which was on Thursday last week. And I was saying by Monday we should have gotten the result. So right now he has defeated the incumbent. The incumbent is Edgar Lungu in this country where, you know, in Zambia they are considered to be highly religious. I have not seen any other country on the continent of Africa that is as religious as Zambia is. But they're all
it's not religious. You mean the ultra? You mean the ultra?
The religious.
You mean the ultra?
Yeah. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But there has been a report that has come out saying that he has won with 155 out of 156 constituencies reporting according to official results today on the 16th of
haven't you been listening to Joe Spicy Joe when you go to Kenya, if you trip right into a damn church. You'll trip over something, you'll fall to a church door.
And then if you wanted any assistance, you will die without any assistance on these doors because it doesn't.
Exactly.
If you're hungry,
it's like, show me a spice and cake. Why did you pray harder than Jesus?
If you
had prayed harder than like Jesus.
If you die of hunger,
He's supposed to walk on water. He's supposed to came walk on water and gave you what you wanted.
If you die of hunger and happen to trip or stumble into one of these, you might not be getting any kind of assistance. But yes, there has been some fears that the incoming president might dispute these elections. But the funny thing is that the incumbent cannot really be able to convince anyone that it has been rigged, because in most cases the incumbent have they have the power of the machinery which is conducting these elections. There is no way you coming up and telling the people, oh, these elections was rigged. It's like it did happen with the USA. You know, you are the incumbent, and then Trump was talking. I know.
We got to understand that the USA is a little bit different. The USA was set up differently than the way America was designed. The companies didn't have power.
Oh, okay.
The corporations had the power. So if I can control you, and then also buy up all the voting machines, but what's the Rockefellers did? They bought the company that made the voting machine. So if you don't play the ball, I'm the one who pick who's going to win and who don't win. You know, not the company doesn't control the government like it does in Africa. Africa was set up as a fiefdom. That's why it works like that in Africa. The Europeans set Africa up as a fiefdom. That's why it works like that.
In the Gambia, they do have a different kind of an electoral system which is not electronic. You know, they vote with marbles. They put some marbles in some circular drums or some circular cylinders, and then they would have different color of marbles. I think I have shared the way the people of Gambia do vote. So that one is a little bit difficult to say that it is.
It still don't matter, Spike. I told you. It don't matter who votes. It matters who what.
Counts.
Whomever counts
the vote.
Whomever counts the vote is.
That's right.
And also,
if I say, let's say, if I say, okay, this me and Spice is running for whatever, right? And Spice is one. Spice has a million more votes than me, but I'm counting the vote. Let's say Spice got 2 people voted for. That's it. I got the million. I'm the president, damn it.
You report the numbers as you wish. You report the numbers as you wish. But what I was saying is that many countries on the continent, I think maybe half of the countries, or maybe, let's say, maybe a third, not even half, maybe a third of the countries in the continent have now moved to the electronic voter registration, a kind of a system where they use machines. But even those does not guarantee that
they don't own.
They will not.
They don't own it. The Africans don't own the system. It just to make sure they can steal it more efficiently. Africans don't own the business. They don't own the damn voting thing. So that just makes the Europeans say, you know what, we're gonna flip the vote. We're gonna put in power. We wouldn't put in power. You don't follow our rules. We either kill your ass, and then we say we're gonna have power, but we'll kill your whole goddamn family. You love your daughter. You love your son.
You do not want
to make sure all this wealth keep coming to Europe. If you don't, we're gonna murder you and your whole family.
What I was saying, there is also not a lot of. There is also not a lot of independence, because if you consider
video of that kitchen lady who knows, he said, tell you people, let's stand the people talking about killing. Tell us, let us know.
There wouldn't be any president. There wouldn't be any president who will follow that girl's advice. Most of the presidents are going to continue being puppets.
I know. That's what she was saying. I love this. Kenyan waking up. I love what she said.
I wish I would find that video again. I think I would share it. I wish I would find that video. I think I will share it sometimes. I wish I would find that video again. I would share it sometimes.
You did share a long time ago. I forgot what it was at. Where it was at. You did share it, Spike. That's why I loved it so much.
I did. I shared it.
She was sitting there telling me. Yeah, you did share it. So she was up there talking about let us know. We know you're being threatened. We know what's going on. Let us tell us. Ain't no president gonna say none of this shit she said.
They do fear. But what I was also saying is that there is not, they call it the independent electoral, commission. But what happens that, for example, for the ones that do get to import, they import those biometric systems. Some of them buy them from France. Others buy them from China, others buy them from all these, maybe perhaps some of them buy them from the USA. I think the Kenyan system was bought from France. So you cannot expect that the independent commission is...
Let me explain this. Let me give you, Joby, and Kate common sense. If voting changed anything, it wouldn't be legal.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't change shit.
Yeah.
That's some shit. That's that shit they gave to African people. You believe you keep fighting on. I don't know, you and Joey say, well, I think the thing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. It was never meant to change. You have the illusion because you believe you're voting. That don't change shit. Because the Europeans are not about to go back in poverty just because you want some change.
They want to
I'm not going back in poverty, Joby, because you want change and you want to be have your own money up on the continent. I don't give a shit.
They want to make sure that they are still continuing to pick 500 billion from the French colonies every other year. So
exactly.
They will not institute
every year. $500 billion the French steal out of West Africa every year.
Yeah. So
every year. 500 billion. So there should be no poor African people in that part of Africa. I ain't know what it is East Africa. This is high as well that the British steal from. We're talking about the British. It's just as high as the British stealing from Kenya, and Zimbabwe, Zambia,
and India.
Ghana.
We talked about the trillion. There was still India. Yeah, taking money from India, the trillion.
Well, I told you, what was the spike? 432 trillion, some of that.
let me just confirm how many trillions ones that are being stolen from.
So you understand that the people you worship were poor. Only reason they got money because they came and knocked you over the head and robbed you.
Yeah.
They robbed India.
Yeah.
India was much more richer than England ever was. But they went in, knocked them in the head, and said, hey, and then give me your motherfucking money.
It was 45.
And then they colonized them.
45 trillion. It was $45 trillion.
So $45 trillion that they stole from India alone. Africa 10 times bigger than India, but just from India alone, they stole $45 trillion. Understand that?
Yeah.
Understand that?
Yeah.
And they say they're better than you. Come on, you stole my money. You understand? I want Joby and Kate to understand these Europeans were impoverished when they came out of Europe. They were impoverished. They were poor.
And what has happened in Africa, they will tell you that Africa is still poor, but they are taking billions from it. How do you go to a poor man's house and steal billions from them while you're claiming they are poor? Sit in your own house. There are people are claiming that you will not be taking any money from them, but they are poor. You don't take any money from them because they are poor. That is
they come back and this is the worst scam. They come back with the NGOs. The Africans been miseducated, so do like Joey said, growing up in the village, you see white people, they come with their little candies. Oh, white people are so good, they got money. You don't even know that they give you back your own shit that they stole from you. Here little black kid, take the candy that I'm giving you. All these white people are so great, they're so good. They don't know that the reason why they got candy because they stole it from your black butt.
They will call it donations and call it humanitarian assistance just to make sure that they are
exactly.
down.
It's humanitarian, you poor dirty Negroes. I'm helping you out. You don't even know the reason why they got the money is because they stole this shit from you to begin with.
That is
crazy.
That is exactly what they will do, and making people seem as if they are doing any kind of assistance to people. But nonetheless, this is a Rhythm Scoop show on the
And Joey came in the business good. All these white people are so great. And these white people never gave me nothing. They gave me some socks and some shoes. They're so loving. Look what this bullshit they gave me. And then somebody say, this is little Joe with little Kate. That's your shit. They stole from you. And now they give you little trinkets back. That's your shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, they will try. Yeah, go on. That's what I'm saying. They will try to convince people that they are doing some humanitarian assistance. Nonetheless, a big tease. You say, unfortunately, it's working here in America's fights. And thank you so much, Big Teaser, for joining us on the podcast and also giving us your 2 cents. I do hope Jamaica doesn't fall for that trap, trying to raise that LGBTQ flag right there. They will be told they are homophobic, but that is exactly what they need to stand as. We're almost coming close to the end, but I think also
African, you ever notice that? That's what this is. Hold Spikes.
Yeah.
That's why I try to let you to look outside the box and be able to see, to be able to critically think.
Yeah.
As African people, even though you play this tribal shit, you realize all over the globe, as African people, you do not accept LGBTQ unless you got white people in the culture with you. Black people instinctively know, hey, this shit is against universal law. If you put 100 lesbians on an island, come back in 100 years, all the lesbians will be dead. Put 100 faggots on an island, come back in 100 years, all of them will be dead because it's unnatural.
You will find the bones. You will find the bones alive there, and you will have a story told. They were once people on that island. Nonetheless, I was saying it is unfortunately it is working here in America. Yes, I agree with your big teas, and I was saying I thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Family, remember that
we're a white dominated country, Big Cheese. That's their culture. They're always going to go back to the culture. And they're going to pollute the minds of African people. Say, oh, you're bad, you're wrong if you don't accept this. Just like Spike said.
You're being homophobic.
It's against civilization, Spike. It's against civilization if you don't accept it. If Joby doesn't accept another woman licking on her and kiss her, she is wrong. She's homophobic.
It's homophobic and
Spike is homophobic.
She's wrong. But family, I was saying, make sure you check out the website, which is www.blackcoatfarming.com. Kindly click on what we do have here.
Apple, let me say something Spike so quick. Apple don't take me long. The Apple people want so much damn information. I got to give them the LLC number. I got to go back. I only like dealing with Apple. For a free app, I gotta pay all this money to Apple. Oh my God, I'm always say, fuck it, Apple's driving me crazy. It's gonna take me longer, family. Might take me a month to get Apple up, because every time they come back with something else, oh, you got donations on this app. Show us your 513C that you're a non-profit and all this other shit. Like, God damn, I'm just doing an app. Jesus Christ. So good,
I was saying I know they were about to approve it, but nonetheless, we shall still wait. And if you get
exactly, they were, but they keep coming back with new more guidelines. I gotta go back and figure out how I'm gonna put this up in there with Apple, because it's becoming exhausting with these damn people, man. Sheesh. Apple iPhone might not even worth to put on Apple iPhone. It drives me crazy.
They do it with an agenda.
Cost me more and more damn money to mess with their ass.
They do it with an agenda. So, perhaps they have looked at the content and they see the black empowerment content. That
yes, they looked at the content, fine. But I was split. Because most of the controversial shows I put on private. Knowing that they gonna go back and look at it. I knew they were gonna go back. They ain't seen about the content yet. They just talking about the other stuff on the so I don't know. They weren't gonna have nothing. I'm talking about the white people got first.
They might allow.
Hey, but what these black people tell the truth about us having fur on our damn head? I'm not gonna allow this app to be all global.
They might allow
black fire on my ass.
They might allow you to submit all these information that they require. Then at the end of the day, they will tell you that the content is not allowed on the platform. But nonetheless, I want to thank everyone for joining us on the show. And I was saying that you can visit the Black Hot Fan Network web store. And of course, it's on the shop. Just click on the shop on the website, which is www.blackhotfannetwork.com. Click on the shop, and then you click on the Black Hot Fan
Network. The social media part of the website will be up before I get this shit on the app, before I get the Apple app. Jesus Christ. Oh, I might not even want to put it on no damn Apple. Oh, geez, I got my iPhone. Well, this all you gotta do is go to your damn browser, type in Black Cat Fire, and then build your damn phone. You ain't gotta have an app. God damn it. Everybody always leaves.
I think that might be something. Big T, you say now, thank you for tuning into the Keys Show family. And Big T said,
I had to do my rant. I can't even focus. Oh, Big T, I don't even be on this show enough. I had to do my rant, damn it. And that's like just like last night. Y'all wanted me to go all night. I'm going to have to put those videos on Patreon. I'm going to put those videos, those spiritual videos on Patreon, because it's too long to do them again. It's too long to let, you know.
I'm saying also, I think you might need to put that one on the mandatory, whether the vaccine is illegal on private. I think that might also come for.
I didn't say nothing. I just said no. That's all right, because I would use that to get black people to come to the network. You know how black people are. Hey, black people are stupid. So if I put it on YouTube and say, hey, send the link, that's what I did. That's all. I didn't say nothing. It's gonna be fine. I just told people to follow me over to the network.
I hope
the network is where I send everything.
I hope they don't come up with the nonsense claiming the title and all these other things. But nonetheless,
they can't say anything. All I said was, family, I'm not gonna say anything on YouTube and Facebook. Follow the link.
Did you send?
Follow the link. All we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to the website. And we're gonna tell the truth what's in this shit and what's going on. As black people, I'm proud of you, even in Africa. You don't know what's going on, but you know not to be doing, you know what? You know, like, hey, fuck that. I'm not fucking with this shit.
People are slowly waking up. Did you send Big T's his package? I'm not sure whether you send Big T's his package, but
no, Big T's, no. I didn't send any package yet, because I got I want some of the sweatshirts, so I had to make sure it was big enough. The other ones are out. Told you, distribution center lines are shutting down. So the one from China, they moved out to Europe. But it's still not an extra large, right? So I got to give my, I don't even got nothing in the Big T said 4X, goddamn. They don't make anything in 4X, goddamn.
So Big T's are be patient. Big T's be patient, and you will get it, when it.
No, but I give them the hat. I give him the hat, and I think I found one jersey that I put the Black Ops 5 Network Africa emblem on that I actually fit him. That's nice as shit. It's nice as hell. So I sent him that one and the hat, right? So the hat, and I also sent him the polo shirt. I even got the polo shirt with the Black Ops 5 emblem in 4X, right? So you gotta lay out that. You talking about meat, big cheese? You gotta lay out that Popeye's chicken, man, and that Kentucky Fried Chicken, man. You gotta lay out that shit, man. You gotta lay out that Popeye's chicken, man.
You better start looking into another vegetarian diet and I get organized.
As much as Kate, Spike, and Joe eat that Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'm not start worrying about their damn weight too. Ain't all kind of Kentucky Fried Chicken and shit.
We are good. Yeah. And I want to thank you for that as well. Thank you for giving us this platform. We shall be back with the.
Hold on, Spike. What we eating Friday? Are you guys going back to pizza again?
Yes.
Are you guys eating pizza?
We would gladly go back to pizza. Thank you.
Chicken pizza, chicken pizza, chicken. All right.
Or some ugali in the mix. No, we'll not have ugali in the mix, but we are.
Oh no! Hell no!
We are grateful.
Hell no!
We are grateful. We are grateful for that as well. So big T's.
You can eat that nasty ugali anytime.
That is a problem. That is a problem. Big T says 2x or 3x. No, it's a 4x kid. Thank you so much, Big T's. We hope that you have a wonderful day. Make sure to join us.
Okay, you still gotta put down that Popeye's chicken, brother.